in today's free masterclass on plant-based and gluten-free healthy baking with Priya Vijan. So before we start, let me introduce Wilcure very briefly. So Wilcure is an online platform for all your holistic and your health needs. I am very proud to announce it that we have now a community of more than 4.5 lakh people. We have helped 20,000 people in reversing their health as well as their lifestyle issues. We have 150 plus health programs, and we are also associated with 20 plus health experts. We at Wellcare provide holistic health education, medical and nutritional consultations, health retreats like Niramya and Swasthya, which are based on your overall well being. Basically, Wellcare is all about lifestyle healing and food. So, what we'll be learning today? We'll be learning about the dangers of conventional baking, how to shift to plant based baking. We'll also be uncovering some myths about plant-based baking, and we'll also be playing 2 recipe videos of Priya's courses that we'll be playing towards the end of the session. So please stay tuned. Let me introduce our today's expert, Priya Vijan, who made it to top 11 of MasterChef India. She is a plant-based food, health, and fitness enthusiast. She currently runs a home-based bakery, Melted Down, which provides plant-based, gluten-free, refined sugar-free, refined flour-free, and nutrient-dense confectionery. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Where is everyone joining from? Quickly, we'll do like a little intro, and then I'll just dive into. The session is in English. Okay, maybe in between. Okay, Gujarat, Surat, Kerala, Ahmedabad, Karnataka, Nasik, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Delhi, Surat, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Coimbatore, Ludhiana, Chennai, Mathura, wow, Hyderabad. Great, great, great. Rajkot, Kasauli, Tripura, Patiala, Pune, Mohali, Chennai, Rajasthan, Tashkent. That's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry, that's new to me. West Bengal, Dubai. Okay, जो लोग मेरे को जानते हैं, great. People who do not know me, my name is Priya Vijan. I'm based out of Bangalore since 2012. I was running a cloud kitchen completely out of passion. I'm not a chef by education. It's completely by passion. Okay? How many people are here who are on a vegan diet, vegan lifestyle, plant-based, 100% plant-based diet, or like, a lot of people come here who basically just want to include plant-based recipes in their diet or to sell. Okay, great. Okay, vegan and plant-based, great. Good, you told vegan and plant-based. That means you know the difference. Wow, whole food plant-based, salute. I feel that's the most difficult part. Great, great, great. Vegan and plant-based. Awesome. For my kids, great. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, of course, vegan and gluten-free. Wow, yes. Even I am 100% plant-based and 99% gluten-free. Great. Plant-based, dairy. Okay, great. Gluten-free. Wow, nice. Awesome. Okay, so I will tell you, we'll be doing a little science of basically, we are sticking to the baking aspect where I will be talking about what is a plant-based diet and what are the swaps versus the conventional baking, since this session is more on baking. And after I've done a little theory of, all of it, and then we'll run to 2 recipes which are already recorded. One is 100% whole wheat baguette made with just 4 ingredients, and second is 100% gluten-free zucchini breakfast loaf. Okay, that will be at the end. Great. So for convenience purpose, guys, for now, I'll just close the chat so that we are not getting distracted. Though I would love to talk to you all once most of the session is over. Any questions that you have, I will take up later. Okay. So I will start with myself first. Okay, great. Tanishka, you can please close the chat. Great. Okay, we go to the next slide. Okay, my story, guys. For me, this is my 5th year that I have converted to 100% plant-based lifestyle. By plant-based, I mean eating more healthy, clean, minus the dairy, animal sourced ingredients. Okay, I speak more as plant-based because plant-based is more health focused. Always vegan food is not health focused. There could be highly excessively processed ingredients as well. We are talking on the plant-based, more on the health front here. All right. So yes, for me, it's been 5 years completely again because of health reasons. I had severe chest congestion, constant migraine for almost 12, 13 years, because of which I used to consume anti-allergic pills. And around 2019, I was studying nutrition for a year, and then suddenly there was this chapter on dairy, and there were symptoms of consuming dairy, and it very well resonated with what I was going through. So I was like, chalo, since the COVID hit and I had a lot of time to do an experiment of being off dairy, that's when my entire transition started. It was a matter of 3 weeks, and all my medicines from one pill every single day or alternative day came down to 0. And I was for the first time breathing through my nose. So you can feel like, someone who's been breathing through the mouth constant because of the constant congested sinusitis, and suddenly getting to breathe from the nose has been a very big difference for me. And that's when I decided that, okay, this is going to be my path. I'm going to tell people out loud. Then through the COVID, I got a lot of time to experiment, and a lot of people got connected with me who were actually on the same side of facing a lot of health issues or just transitioning towards a vegan lifestyle. And yeah, so this is my little story in short. So we go to the next. Okay, every single day, all of us have been consuming baked goods some way or the other. Maybe breads, cookies, rusk, mostly, majorly. Okay, like we are excited about all these local bakeries having all these fascinating sponge cakes. And in Bangalore, I'm from Bangalore, we get in a local bakery something called aloo bun, very famous. Okay, so somewhere or other we are consuming, with your chai, you're eating rusk or cookies, or through the day just to munch on, we're eating cookies. Okay, all of us do. Subconsciously, we do it because it's available around us, right? So we go to the next. Okay, now what's the concerns about conventional baking? Now, all these goods that are there around us that we buy off shelves, also we get these packaged baked goodies, like again cookies or even cakes, and they have shelf life for 3, 6, 8 months, or sometimes 9 months, or even a year. Now, what's the concern? This is nothing new to you. This is something all of us are well aware of. One, saturated fats or hydrogenated oils. Okay, always read the ingredients behind. Okay, there will be palm oil or some kind of saturated fat or hydrogenated oil. Hydrogenated oil is basically vanaspati, margarine. All right, vanaspati, margarine, they are vegan, but are they on the plant-based category? No. Okay, there is a difference between following just a vegan lifestyle and following a plant-based and a vegan diet. Okay, and then coming to sugars, yes, there is white sugar, but apart from that, there is maltose, dextrose, some 36 different varieties of sugar names, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. All these names are clearly mentioned. It is for us to be aware of reading the ingredients. And then there is some kind of dough conditioner to it. Then there's preservatives, excess, which obviously we common men or women do not know about. And there is excess use of food dyes. Anything that you see colored doesn't look natural to you is certainly food color. And then, of course, all these are just high in carb with low nutritional profile. All right. And made with, of course, refined flour. That's maida. Okay. All this is nothing new to us. All of us know this. We go to the next. So when I look at bread, okay, when I look at bread, this is usually a label behind a packaged bread. All right, it has refined whole wheat flour, sugar, yeast, iodized salt, vegetable oil. Ideally, for me, that's where the ingredients of a bread should end. Okay, flour, sugar, yeast, salt, some kind of a fat. Here they've used edible palm oil. Palm oil, a lot of people avoid, and water, of course. These are the only ingredients I see as bread ingredients. But otherwise, we have soy flour, white gluten, that's extra added gluten, preservatives, which has some codes, and there is some other agents, emulsifiers, added vitamin, antioxidants with these foods. All right, we do not know that as food. Okay, obviously it's as dough conditioner, increase shelf life, and of course, to increase the way it has to taste and stuff. Okay, so we go to next. Okay, what is plant-based healthy baking? Like I spoke about that before. I look at food as something that is preservative free, has nutrition and lot of fiber, free from animal product, natural ingredients as much as possible, and taste that promotes health. Easy to make at home. Okay, this is how I look at food on a general basic level. I'm sure you guys are with me for it, right? And we go to the next. Now, how do we shift to plant-based baking? Is, of course, to begin by educating yourself. And guys, through this session, I am talking from my personal experience, okay? Because I've had a health transformation following a 100% plant-based diet. From that aspect, I tend to talk to you. I am not telling you, array overnight, just because I believe it's right, you should do it. Please do your research, and what you believe in, it should thoroughly be researched before you tend to follow it. Okay, I'm not anti people who follow whatever diets they do, but like I said, personal transformation, and that's where I'm talking from. So we go to the next. Educate yourself with like basic techniques. First, we're going to start with how do we swap ingredients. If you're not using dairy, if you're not using eggs, if you're not using milk, what will be the swaps? All right, we go to next. Always start small. For me, also the whole transition took good 7, 8, 9 months to come to 100% plant-based diet. It was not an overnight journey. I will say yes. It took time. Go to the next. Yes. So how do we replace these ingredients with 100% plant-based clean ingredients? We go to the next. First, how do we replace eggs? In eggs, we have been using it in cakes, in some kind of breads as well. Now, what is the problem with eggs from a plant-based aspect? I need to tell. Okay, all of us are mammals, right? The chickens are mammals, the goats are mammals, we are mammals. We are falling in some category of being a mammal, right? We produce our own set of hormones. Chicken produces its own set. The goat produces itself. The cow produces its sets of hormones. Now, you are eating an ingredient that comes from a chicken, which has its own set of hormones. Subconsciously, just because we have been eating maybe eggs or dairy since childhood, or our parents have been eating them, you've been fed, all is fine. Okay, now what is the problem? The moment you're eating an ingredient that's coming from another animal source, you are ingesting those kind of hormones into your body. As simple as that. Okay, it could be dairy, it could be meat, or anything. And this is again, like I'm saying, I have to keep giving the disclaimer that this is my personal journey from where I'm talking about. Each for their own. Now, eggs gives a lot of fluffiness to your cakes. How are we going to replace it? Eggs give a lot of as a binding agent to our other ingredients in a cake. Now, how do we replace it? 3 major replacements that I have found, which are clean. Okay, are chia seeds, flax seeds, and psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is nothing but isabgol. These are 3 naturally occurring ingredients that help bind ingredients together. All right. Is the final texture by using these 3 replacements the same? Absolutely not. Okay. The egg as an ingredient, the profile is different. These replacing ingredients, the profile is different. The final product is not going to be the same at all, but we try and achieve as close as possible. Okay. And psyllium husk is even known as a laxative. Okay, you get easily in a chemist store, and it helps bind ingredients together. So we go to the next. Dairy. Okay, widely we consume cow milk or buffalo milk. Again, my standard way of saying is the milk that doesn't come from your own breed isn't yours. Okay, so I don't see, I see dairy, dahi, eggs, butter as non-veg to me now. Okay, this is again overnight, not a transformation, but as and when I have been researching, reading, now I feel this ingredient is a non-vegetarian to me. All right. Again, the hormone topic comes here, and in animal dairy, you have protein component, which is whey and casein. Whey makes maybe about 20%, the casein makes about 80%. Casein is also used as a glue element. In making glues, casein is widely used. All right. So that's where a lot of inflammation is formed. Inflammation in your sinusitis and in your chest is formed. Jo balgam bolte hain, the phlegm. Lot of it is formed because of dairy. If in case, guys, you ever have a cold, congested chest, leave dairy for those days and thank me later. You will observe that, you know, your entire nasal tract is cleared out. All right. Dairy also is a reason for a lot of autoimmune diseases, dermatitis, lot of skin issues, psoriasis, eczema. Dairy propagates all these skin diseases. And what are the replacements is obviously almond milk, soy milk, cashew milk, walnut milk, millet milk, rice milk, any milk from the rice. All right, if you're thinking of the economical point of view, ideally if you tend to stick on to the non-dairy sources, you will see it is almost equal or sometimes cheaper as well, because I will always suggest try and make these milks at home as much as possible to begin with. Okay, because the moment you start, you know, outside in the market, there are brands who sell say almond milk or walnut milk for 250 300 rupees per liter. Obviously you will obviously think that it is not economical. Now the point is, the more and more the consumption, the prices are going to be subsidized and obviously be more easily available. All right, and we go to the next. And guys, even I had, like, you know, huge issue with dermatitis. I had like one patch you know, of eczema coming up way, I'm talking about 7-8 years ago, but yeah, it kind of cleared out through my giving up on the dairy part as well. Butter, the same thing. Now, how do we replace butter? Is basically, if you want to go completely, people who are on a whole food plant-based diet, it is usually, you know, a pumpkin puree or an apple puree or a nut butter, completely naturally made. And if you're saying plant-based, if I define plant-based, cold pressed coconut oil, cold pressed sunflower oil, yes, these are processed as well. But if you are hoping to get a plant-based option, it would be these two. I won't say it is, to begin with, it is okay, but eventually I would any day say that try a whole food plant-based diet where you're not consuming any processed ingredient as much as possible. All right. Butter gives, again, a lot of texture, body to the final product, the cake or the bread. Here, we are using these ingredients primarily. We go to next. Sugars. Now, what's wrong with sugar? Sugar by default is vegan. Okay. Now you have sugar cane. The juice is extracted. It is cooked to make jaggery. Now, once the jaggery is made, it's further processed sometimes to extract the molasses in it, the dark component into it, and then it gets bleached to finally have a white sugar, which looks really appealing to you. White sugar is said to be 10 times more potent than cocaine, any kind of drug. They say that's the reason you get like a serious kick while eating white sugar, and in next couple of minutes it just drops. Okay, I'm not talking about if you are accustomed to eating like half a teaspoon of something sweet. Okay, but a lot of people have this severe sugar craving most of the times. So all it does, it'll spike up your insulin and it'll drop it down, and that will make you crave for the sugar more. All right. The cleanest way of eating whole food plant-based is basically having your fruits, dried fruits, apricots, prunes, dates, raisins. These are the naturally occurring sweeteners that are actually there. Now, if you're saying from the plant-based aspect, jaggery, coconut sugar, date palm sugar is widely used. Are they great for health? Huh. I wouldn't say jaggery and date palm sugar much, guys, because the sugar insulin spike is very much equivalent to white sugar, but only by minimal percentage they have at least some minerals present in them, but it's almost negligible, because if you want to eat, say, 2-3 grams of, say, magnesium or iron, you'll have to eat a lot of jaggery. So that's not the point. Okay, in minimal quantities it is fine. Okay, coconut sugar is said to be the number one sugar because apparently it's got a component, uh, fiber component called inulin. Okay, so it doesn't spike up your insulin as much as the other sugar does. Hence, the glycemic index and the glycemic load of making the final product is way lesser. That means your sugar spike is not much consuming coconut sugar, but it is an expensive affair, at least in India, because it is almost 4, 5, 6 times the price of the jaggery. All right. So sugar again gives a lot of body flavor to our cakes, cookies. Okay, these are the ways that you can swap. We go to the next. Replacing refined flour, all of us know we should eat more whole grains. I'm talking about 100% whole wheat flour, and of course the gluten-free grains as well. Avoid maida, because maida, all it has is excessive gluten. Okay, now the debate will come, is gluten is protein. Why is it bad for health? So our primary wheat, that is called the khapli wheat or the emmer, had possibly, say, 5% of gluten, okay, in 100 grams. Now what's happened, because of the genetically modified wheat flour that we have today, the wheat grains, the gluten content has become more and more. And now we are consuming atta 3 times or more times a day. In that way, you're consuming more gluten. Now, what this gluten does is basically, once it goes to your gut, it activates an enzyme, okay, that goes and sticks to the wall of the intestines, and it starts leaching it, basically starts making it more porous. So what happens, anything that you eat, good, bad, everything directly goes into your bloodstream without any filter. Okay, you know there is villi, some kind of filter that is there on the intestine walls. Basically, it consumes the good food, takes to the bloodstream. All right, everything else get excreted. But when the walls because of this reason, gluten allergies, people are celiac. People who are celiac cannot consume wheat or any other flour unless it is very low on gluten. Okay, at any cost. All right. So a lot of autoimmune diseases are also caused by eating excessive gluten or gluten itself. Okay. So this is about gluten, and we go to the next. Okay, I explained what is gluten. Gluten is the protein component that is naturally present in wheat, barley, and rye. Okay, these are the 3 grains naturally, but we tend to eat wheat the most. We have hundreds of varieties already there in India. Okay, we have the MP, we have the South, we have something coming from Punjab, a lot of other varieties. Okay, now I told you what basically gluten does. All right, now agar atta nahi kha rahe hain, if you're not eating wheat, what you're going to eat, you have other grains as well. Please don't ignore them. We as Indians, we are blessed to have so many millets and other grains. We have besan, we have rice flour, we have proso, kodo, quinoa, brown top, barnyard, and of course I'm sure I'm missing a lot. Oat. Okay, all these grains are by default gluten free until they're processed in the same facility where the wheat is processed. Okay, then there is a cross contamination. We go to the next. Okay, like I said, not an overnight journey, guys. It took me long. It's 5th year. Hence, today, after a lot of research and personal experience of how food has been for me, I've been able to talk from that aspect. Okay, and that was the reason I was there on MasterChef. People who watched me, I made it to the top 11 of MasterChef India 2023 as the first plant-based contestant on the show in India. What I spoke today in front of y'all is exactly was my audition video. Okay, like how I see food. What basically was my transformation was basically how I look at food and wanted to put it out. So we go to the next. Yeah. First question comes is ghaspoos is very boring, taste nahi hai. Now, where have these taste buds gone? Because we have forgotten how real food really tastes. We do not know if you give you salad, a lot of people obviously make faces. Even I would have had a couple of years ago. But as and when I understood how food and what food really does when it goes into my body, obviously my entire mindset changed. We go to the next. Difficult to make at home? Not at all. I felt that this is a skill that all of us should know at till some level. These are survival skills, okay, about cooking, baking at home. And we go to the next. Ingredients are easily available. It is just about being knowledgeable that, okay, these ingredients were always there, but we didn't know how to use it. And we go to the next. Okay, so guys, I have 2 recipes which are pre-recorded, which I'm going to share with y'all. The recording of this session will be shared with y'all. Okay, so don't worry. Though if you have a pen and paper, you can make note of the ingredients and the measurement. But if you're there on the WhatsApp group, the ingredient list will be shared with y'all. Okay, I have 2 recipes. We'll play this back to back. And then I'll take up the question, anything that you have regarding that. Manisha, could we play?
Yeah, I'll be playing.
Yeah.
So now we're making a zucchini breakfast loaf. Most of us do have this whole idea about how would we even use zucchini in our breakfast breads. Here is a very simple yet yummy recipe. Let's dive in straight to the recipe. First, I'm going to take flax meal. So these are unsalted, unroasted flax seeds which I've ground into seeds. And to this, I'm adding 6 tablespoons of water and keeping aside for about 10 to 15 minutes for it to gelatinize. And now we're going to make our own oat flour. I've taken rolled oats, taking half the quantity of the rolled oats and grinding it into a flour. So this is what we're looking for. And we are making our own almond flour, unroasted, unsalted almonds. Just grind them. Add the almond flour into the bowl. We are adding rest of our dry ingredients into this. The remaining rolled oats, white rice flour. You can replace it to brown rice flour. Potato starch. So potato starch gives a good body to our breads. So in this particular recipe, I am using 2 starches, that's potato starch and tapioca starch. You can replace these starches to arrowroot or use any one kind of starch. Baking powder, baking soda, salt. Just give this a good mix. Then coming to the wet ingredients. So in a bowl, I'm going to add grated zucchini. So this is green zucchini. You can add yellow as well. Oil. Sweetener. Apple cider vinegar. And if you wish, you can add some seasonings of your choice, but I highly recommend it. And now, the flax egg. Just give it a nice stir and add it in. Give a mix to your wet ingredients. And now, add the dry ingredients into it. And with the help of cut and fold method, mix it in. So this is the method so that you're incorporating air. So it's cut and fold. Cut and fold. So we're going to do this only till all our ingredients have come together. We do not want to overmix, otherwise the bread is going to become very dense. So only till your dry ingredients are well incorporated, you are going to do the cut and fold method. Just be patient and don't go ahead adding water, because zucchini once comes in contact with salt and other ingredients, it starts leaving out its own water. So this is what we're looking for. We have a nice dough. And now take your baking pan and put it in. And even it out. We're going to even out the top. And we're going to bake this at 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 to 35 minutes.
Alright guys, we play the next video as well.
So now we're making a crusty French bucket. It is one of the super versatile breads. Cut it into half-inch rounds. Use it as the base for your crostini or bruschetta. Eat it with your favorite party dip. Eat it with a bowl of pasta or a warm bowl of soup. It is just so satisfying. Made with just 4 simple ingredients: flour, water, salt and yeast. That's about it. It is a super simple recipe, so let's dive into it. So in a bowl, take warm water. Add your yeast into it and let it sit for about 2 minutes. Let it dissolve. Meanwhile, in another bowl, we're going to sieve our 100% whole wheat flour and the salt. Always make sure you sieve your whole grains. It just gives a lighter texture to your bread. Okay, we're going to keep this aside. We'll wait for our yeast to dissolve. Our yeast is dissolved. You can use a whisk to break the lumps. Make a well in the center of the flour. We're going to add our yeast and water mix into it and we'll begin to knead and get everything together. There's not much kneading required because this is more like an artisanal loaf that we'll be doing. Just mix it well and then we can do stretch and folds for strengthening the gluten. So if you realize we do not use any fat in buckets. So it's a 100% oil-free, fat-free bread. That's what gives it the crusty and the chewy texture. As we begin to mix, in case if you need some more water, a tablespoon or two, you can add. You have to mix it till you see no dry flour anymore. We need a stiff dough. It is not a soft dough. So if you need a tablespoon or two of water, you can add. You don't want to see any dry flour. Don't make the dough too soft. Right, so this is what we have. And now we'll begin kneading it. Now how would you manually knead a dough is hold it, start rubbing it and get it back. Change the side, push it, get it back, and the pressure is just from your palm. Turn it, rub it, get it back. Turn, rub, get it back, and that's how you'll keep doing this till the dough comes together and doesn't break too much. So you can use a KitchenAid for this if you have one, but this is how you would be kneading otherwise. So roughly get it together. Might take about 5 to 7 minutes of kneading. So make sure how you're kneading is exactly this. With the pressure of your palm, you're just gonna push it and get it back. Do not like rub it because the gluten is not strengthening that way. You're breaking the gluten. So push it and get it back. Push it and get it back. So once your dough is come together, we are going to place it in a greased bowl. Use a wet cloth to cover it, and we're going to keep this to rest and to rise for about 1.5 to 2 hours or till doubles, and then we'll get back to it. So our dough for the buckets has been resting for about 1.5 hours. So this is what it looks like. It's risen well. So at this point what we're going to do is punch it, get it together, get it on a countertop, and we will portion them equally. Now the shaping, just press it down into a rectangular, just roll it to the center, the other side goes on top, and press this, pinch the seal to seal it, and now just roll it oblong to the length of your choice. Ideally the diameter of this is 5 to 6 centimeters, and the length you can decide anywhere between 56 centimeter to 1 meter too. And if you want to make mini buckets, so even about a 12 inch is good. Just pinch the sides and shape it well. So this is what we have. We're going to keep this, go to the next. Always pinch the same, and with firm yet gentle hands, just roll it into a thin long log. It'll at least double in size, so keep that in mind when you decide the length. Take a baking tray, take a kitchen towel, dust it with flour, and place these equidistant, folding between the cloth parallelly. So this is how you're going to be able to shape it. You really don't need a special tray for this. We are going to rest this for about 30 minutes before we bake this. So once this is done, you're going to use a wet cloth to cover this and let it rise for 30 minutes or till doubles. So our baguettes have been resting for close to 30 minutes and they are well risen. So this is what they look like. I'm going to transfer these on the baking tray. Just space it according to the size of your baking tray. So these are well risen, transferred on the baking tray. Make sure while transferring you do not puncture out the air. And now we're going to dust this with the flour. So this is what's going to give you that artisanal look. So after you've dusted them, you're going to score them to anything of your choice. However, one straight line or 3 parallel lines. So we score so that when the bread expands, it expands through these cuts, and that's what gives it a more rustic look. So we are going to bake this in a preheated oven for about 35 to 40 minutes or longer if required. So here are our crusty French baguettes. So we let them cool for at least an hour before we slice them.
So guys, these were the 2 recipes. Just quickly, I know you'll have questions with regard to them. I'll be happy to take them. Just run through if this is something that interests you all. Both the recipes are a part of my e-learning pre-recorded sessions. One is 100% whole wheat breads course, and another is a 100% gluten-free and yeast-free course. I'm just going to run through it just in case, okay, if it is something you would love to learn and venture further. Healthy breads and vegan spread, these have my 100%. The baguette recipe was from here. All right. I'll just run through what are the content in this. Okay, in this content, I'm covering sesame and coriander kulchas, bagels, croissant, focaccia, garlic bread, pita bread, braided bread. Next. Dinner roll, sandwich loaf, burger buns, hot dog buns, bruschetta, herbed breadsticks, French crusty baguette and pizza base, pav, and many more. All these are recipes given by weight. And complementary are these spreads, which are mostly oil-free as well, which is apple chia jam, cacao hazelnut spread, Thai peanut sauce, creamy beetroot tahini, hummus, guacamole dip, a bruschetta dip, dill pesto, garlic cream cheese, roasted bell pepper dips. All these are complementary along with this course. And this course is a pre-recorded, like how you see pre-recorded sessions. Once you sign up for it, you'll be given a link, and you can log in and watch the videos at your own pace. And there is a downloadable ebook as well. And of course, there is a drop down where you can drop in your questions or reach out to me on Instagram if in case you're ever going to be stuck. And this is going to be accessible to you for 1 year from the day you get access to it. Yeah. So this is the 100% whole wheat, where it is all our yeasted recipes, the gluten-free vegan bakes, and the complementary here are the granola. These are 100% gluten-free and 100% yeast-free as well. All right. So in this, I'm covering zucchini breakfast loaf, one of the recipe that we cover right now, zucchini cacao cake. This is the sweet cake. All right. Banana walnut loaf, pumpkin keto bread, almond keto bread, lemon loaf cake, quinoa garlic bread, masala millet bread. So all in all, covered like major of the breads. Of course, people who are gluten-free, they know the essence of eating actually a bread. All right. And along with this, the granola part, please. Yeah, along with this, I have the cacao chili granola, chunky banana bread granola, amaranth nut butter granola, zesty lemon chia breads, coconut coconut cinnamon bars, brownie granola bars. So basically the gluten-free breads and granola is a part of one session, which is a gluten-free healthy bakes. Okay, again, the access to this is for 1 year. And of course, the link will be shared post I have finished this part. And if it interests you, you can sign up for that. All right. So these are pre-recorded. These two are actually pre-recorded sessions. I have a live session happening on the 26th, 11 to 1 p.m. on vegan pizzas. Out of the content is basically we're covering 5 recipes, out of which one is 100% whole wheat. Rest of the 4 are gluten-free as well. We have a corn and sun-dried tomato cauli pizza where the base is made with cauliflower, and we have a balsamic caramelized onion millet pizza. The base is made of millet. We have a pesto caprese flatbread pizza, which is 100% whole wheat. We go to the next, and we have a cheese basil keto, which is made with almond. A protein chickpea bell pepper pizza made with chickpea. All these recipes are going to be 100% yeast free as well. No kind of yeast is used. So this is the live session, which is happening on the 26th. All right. So I'm just going to share the links with you all. Tanishka, can you just share the links and whatever
Yeah.
the scan code and stuff? Then I'll take up all the questions.
Yeah, so here's the offer of the day. You can sign up for any of the individual e-learning course, the pre-recorded course that you can access for 1 year at only rupees 699. You can sign up for both of the courses, both of the e-learning courses, the pre-recorded courses at 1099, whereas the actual price is 1998. You can sign up for live pizza workshop, which Priya will be conducting on 26th of September at 999, whereas the actual price was 1249. It is on 20% discount. You can go for both of the e-learning courses plus live pizza workshop at 1899 only. I want to repeat it again that this offer is only valid for today. You can scan the QR code, which is clearly flashing on your screen, or you can also make the payment via UPI. The number is clearly visible on your screen. What you have to do is just share the payment screenshot along with your details, name, number, email ID, and city. Now we'll be taking up the questions, Priya.
Yeah. We'll take up the questions, guys, of the 2 recipe videos that were shared, okay? But in case, guys, just in case you will have any questions, I'm going to drop my Instagram. In case you have any questions, you can reach out to me. And of course, I share a lot of vegan, gluten-free stuff there as well.
Okay, meanwhile, Manisha, can you please share the payment details in the chat box? Okay. I am just scrolling above.
Yeah.
Okay, Pankuri was asking, can we use any other millet flour for first recipe instead of oats?
Oat is slightly dense, but yes, I have had a student who's actually tried with jawar flour and worked perfectly well.
Okay, Palak is asking which yeast to buy.
I'm using instant yeast, guys. Actually, I've been using this brand ever since I started baking, so I kind of stuck to it and never tried any other. And whenever I tried, somehow I failed to, use these brands that you get off shelves. So I use instant yeast. Okay, you can use dry instant yeast as well, but I'm using instant yeast. This brand called Glory Pan, GLORIPAN. It's available on Amazon, or you can just Google it, and you might have more portals that might open.
Okay, Hina was mentioning my 6-year-old daughter has gluten allergy. So I want to learn something new. They can sign up for the gluten-free course, right?
Yeah, gluten-free course, and of course the pizza workshop as well. It is mostly gluten-free. Only one recipe is 100% whole wheat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, PDF will be sent in the WhatsApp group. I hope you are the part of the WhatsApp group. If you're not, Manisha will be sharing the link of the WhatsApp group. Everything will be shared, no worries, along with this recording. Are nutritional yeast and instant yeast the same?
No, guys, nutritional yeast is just a flavoring agent. Okay, it imparts a cheesy flavor. Instant yeast is a rising agent.
Okay, Chavi was asking how to make cookies for beginners. Chavi, we have a pre-recorded course, a recorded course actually with Priya on cookies and biscotti. I will be sharing details of that. You can sign up for that. Okay. Achira is asking any replacement for yeast.
No, I believe these are 100% whole wheat yeasted recipes itself. If you're going to replace it, yes, there is a replacement, something called sourdough, where you'll be doing a starter by, a separate starter which is cultivated by yourself and adding that. But these recipes, guys, if you're going to swap anything, the recipes completely will need to be tweaked. Okay, these are well tried, tested recipe. Any swapping will change the whole recipe.
Okay. Shilpi is asking in the zucchini bread, can we use pumpkin or bottle gourd instead of zucchini?
Yeah, pumpkin, you can pumpkin, bottle gourd, carrot, beetroot.
Okay.
All these can be used. The hydration might have to be adjusted with some plant milk. Okay, because zucchini by itself has a lot of water content.
Okay. Sai Jayanti is asking replacement for oats and AC bread.
Apple cider, instead of apple cider vinegar, you can use lemon juice. Instead of oats, like I said, I have had one student, she's tried with jawar, but I guess she did change the recipe also slightly with the proportions. So yeah.
Okay. Lakshmi is asking, can we do it in microwave oven?
Honestly, guys, I've not baked these breads in a microwave oven. Okay. So you'll have to give a try if you've been baking in a microwave oven.
Okay. Priya is asking air fryer and oven, which is good for healthy baking.
Any day oven. See, guys, I know a lot of us, even for that matter, me, I do have microwave. Okay, I don't tend to use microwave as much I used to. About the air fryer, yes, when I want to make something oil free, I tend to use it versus oven because in a small space, it's a lot of heat generated. But anything excess is bad. Bottom line, OTG oven is the best in any case.
Okay, Pankuri is saying I want to access both those videos. We'll be sharing this recording along with the recipe PDF. So no worries. Okay, Upasana is asking, please explain both the starches in zucchini loaf.
It's potato starch and tapioca starch. Both come from one potato, one tapioca, but uh, both can be replaced for arrowroot. Arrowroot starch, because I guess a lot of people have access to arrowroot. Together, you can just use that one starch as well.
Okay. Can red or brown rice replace oats?
But then you'll have to use brown rice, the flour. See, alone using brown rice flour might not do justice. You'll have to do a combination usually with brown rice. A little bit of oat flour and almond flour is added because of how the profile of brown flour is. It tends to become slightly too flat, and always use brown flour unless until you have a mock mill and you're milling it there. Otherwise, buy a store bought.
Okay. Both elements of OTG need to be on. What about
Yeah.
fan?
Yeah. For setting for both the recipes is top and bottom rod on and on the middle rack.
Okay. Jowar atta bread is good or nachini?
It has got slightly earthy flavor, guys. So you need to understand, if people are going to say wheat flour, we don't want the wheat taste. Ideally, that's not how it works. Okay.
Okay. In gluten-free bread, how to add air in the bread?
No, guys, gluten free. See, there is a way of people doing gluten free where the starches are heavily loaded. Okay. In that case, you tend to get light breads. Okay. But since we are trying and being more on the cleaner side, this is one recipe which actually has starches. None of my other recipes in that course has starches.
Okay.
These are dense breads, the gluten free. I'm openly telling these are dense breads. Please don't expect it to be like the market breads where in the market also you get gluten free breads, but they're loaded with starches or loaded with white rice flour.
Okay. Baking soda is chemical. Can I replace it with lemon juice?
You can. See, that's why, guys, each for their own. Now, lot of your belief might be close to mine. A lot of mine might not be close to yours. So I tend to I eat in portions. It's not that I don't have my cheat days. The day I don't eat maida, I have them. Okay, honestly, I'm telling I have them, but maybe that would be 3-4% in the entire year of my entire diet. Okay, so always, if you're thinking lemon juice, yes, it works, but you need like a rising agent for it to rise. You need something that will kick off the acetic acid. Okay, but until you are someone who completely avoids baking powder, baking soda, works. Please do lemon juice or apple cider vinegar and go ahead.
Okay. What is flax egg?
Flax egg is flax seeds just ground into flour, and usually to make flax egg, you take 1 tablespoon of flax meal, add it with 3 tablespoon of water. Usual proportion is this, but it could differ from recipe to recipe.
Okay, Sunita is asking, Priya, do you make sourdough bread?
Yes, I do. I'm in Bangalore, guys, so reach out to me in case. You can reach out to me on my Instagram. Just message me. I'm going to drop in my Instagram again with y'all.
Okay, Bhumika, the date for the pizza workshop is 26 September, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And thanks, Upasna, for answering.
Okay, that's my Instagram. I've shared any questions, guys, and there's a lot of stuff that I share on my Instagram also that might excite. Yeah.
Okay, there are a lot of queries that we have to answer. That's why I have just closed the chat box for
Yeah.
now. Okay. Rashmi is saying, what is the shelf life of zucchini bread? I have tried zucchini bread, but bread came out really dry. What could be the reason?
Dry, so you might need to increase your hydration. Sometimes excessive mixing also can make it dry. Under mixing also can make it dry. So 1, 2, 3 tries and you'll get it right.
Okay. Bhumika is Bhumika wants to know, does aquafaba act as an egg or as an butter substitute?
Not butter, egg substitute. In terms of, not in all recipes, but say something you like making like a mousse or like a cake, like a topping. In those recipes, it works beautifully. Like if you're making like vegan macaroons, in a lot of recipes, it helps.
Okay. Whole wheat brand.
Okay, good. So guys, I am using 100% whole wheat organic atta. I am honestly going to tell you, if you're going to use your chakki, like, the wheat flour which you get milled at home and then use it, doesn't work at all. Somehow I feel through the heat process of milling, there's some alteration that happens in that the recipes don't come out well. Please use organic whole wheat flour only of any brand will work. But organic in the sense, buy a store bought like a 1/2 kg or 1 kg and use that for the recipe that I've covered. Otherwise, you're going to come complaining that your bread was really hard or you couldn't slice them. All the recipes in the PDF in my course also uses 100% whole wheat organic flour.
Okay. Can you explain the temperature for yeast and non-yeast breads that you have shared now?
Temperature, yeah, it's covered. Mostly it's 200 to 220, guys. Another thing is, every oven is different. I've given a standard temperature, but every oven works. A lot of ovens work very differently. Maybe some ovens get heated up too much, some do not get heated up. So you'll have to do a plus minus depending on personalizing the temperatures to bake.
Okay, Achira, we have answered your question. Priya, she wants to know replacement of yeast for Jan people.
So then you'll have to go the sourdough way, guys. Like this recipe is with yeast, but you'll have to go the sourdough way if you are not someone who's into commercial yeast. A lot of people do baking with baking soda also, but then there's a lot of soda added into it.
Okay. Palak wants to know which oats to use, the brand.
I use rolled oats, anything. Take rolled oats and just blend it and use it into a flour.
Okay, Pankuri is asking, do we have to buy potato starch and tapioca starch?
If you have, well and good. Otherwise, if you just want to invest in one starch, buy arrowroot, and it is cheap as well. But yeah, so it's swappable.
Okay, shelf life and storage of these breads.
3 days at room temperature, guys, and one week in the refrigerator.
Okay, Sunita is asking how arrowroot different from tapioca flour.
Tapioca and potatoes. Potato starch is the most heaviest of all in terms of combining. Tapioca is slightly more dense, and arrowroot and corn flour come in the same level. Tapioca starch is the heaviest.
Okay, yes, Sunita, you can make the payment via Razorpay also. We have shared the links for making the payment via Razorpay. Anyway, we'll be sharing all the details in the WhatsApp group, and the link of WhatsApp group has already been shared by Manisha. So you can join that, or you can just go through the links above. You can make the payment. Okay, Kripa is asking, can we bake these breads in OTG?
Absolutely. OTG is the best way to bake.
Okay. What to use instead of ACV?
Lemon juice.
Okay. Instead of both the starches and flaxseed, can we replace it with psyllium husk?
Uh, no, guys. Like, psyllium husk is a very heavy agent in the binding process. So instead of flax seeds, you can use chia seeds, like exactly the same way you're going to do a chia egg and do it.
Can you suggest best OTG oven brand?
Not promoting, guys, but honestly, from the time I have started baking, I have been using Morphy Richard and it has worked well. But now, like after about 10 years, it's giving the thermostat differences. But yeah, it's worked the best, like the longest for me.
Okay. Which arrowroot starch would you suggest? The brand?
There's no brand, guys. Like honestly, there's no brand that I use. I have one bakery store near my house. They sell something that comes without a brand. Sorry to be telling that, but that's how they sell it.
Okay. Is instant yeast is good for health?
Cool. Okay, lot of people, again, each for their own. Lot of people I've heard they have problems with digesting yeasted breads. Okay. So yeah, there's nothing good or bad about it, honestly. But if you're okay eating yeasted breads, go ahead. Again, it is again zeros to how your gut feels about it. I wouldn't say eating anything baked every single day is good. Once in a while, anything is good. Okay, but don't overdo it. Like every time you're eating every meal of bread, I wouldn't suggest that.
Okay. Meanwhile, Manisha, can you please post the messages again in the chat box? Okay. Amandeep is asking, what is psyllium husk?
Isabgol. We get in the chemist called Isabgol.
Okay. Is baking soda and powder is good for health?
Again, guys, see, a lot of people avoid for their own reasons. But honestly, I tend to use it, but very rare. Because I eat breads or anything baked very often. Like, not too often, sorry.
Okay, Vaishali, we will be sharing the details of all three courses again once we cover all the questions. Only a few left. Okay, can wheat flour be replaced in the second recipe?
Replaced with what?
Okay, Sunita, we do a sardo bread course with Priya, but as of now, we are not planned any dates for the next batch yet. But yeah, we do. We have done it uh, past month, right, Priya? We have done it.
Yeah, we did it last month.
Yeah.
Early this month only, yeah, in fact. Yeah.
Okay, what is the role of flax egg in gluten-free products?
What is the rule? See, flax egg, any recipe that says one egg is basically one flax egg. That is 1 tablespoon of flax meal plus 3 tablespoons of water.
Okay, what is the shelf life of flax meal?
So, see, flax meal are high on omega-3. You need to understand that once you're grinding it, put it in the freezer if you're not using it, because if you leave it outside for too long, it tends to smell rancid and taste rancid. It gets that off oil flavor. All right. Outside, if you're leaving it, it has stayed good for me for about 15-20 days. But after that, it start getting that smell. Okay, grind it and put it in the freezer. And since it's already ground, you can easily scoop one tablespoon whenever you want it. You can even add it to your rotis just to include more flax seed.
Okay, so now we will be sharing the details of the courses again. Priya, would you like to do it again or?
Yeah, so guys, the 100% whole wheat bucket was from this course. It's called the Healthy Bread and Vegan Spreads. In this, the breads, I have about 15 plus. In this, we are covering kulchas, bagels, calzone, focaccia, garlic bread, pita, pesto braided bread, dinner roll, sandwich loaf, burger buns, hot dog buns, herb breadsticks, crusty French bucket, pizza. So basically, with these recipes, you can create a number of recipes. All these recipes are by weight. There is no way you can go wrong. And on, there's a PDF also in the last page. I have given do's and don'ts. There are some brands that are specifically mentioned that you should be using for getting out the best results. And with this complimentary, I have some vegan spreads. Okay, so these are the spreads that are covered. These are all complementary along. And then come the gluten-free part. In this, we have the gluten-free, which are 100% yeast-free as well. In this, the content has zucchini breakfast loaf, the recipe that was just shared, then zucchini cacao cake, banana walnut loaf, banana keto bread, pumpkin keto bread, almond keto bread, lemon loaf cake, quinoa garlic bread, masala millet bread. And with this, I have the complimentary, the granola part. Okay, which has a cacao chili granola, chunky banana bread granola, amaranth nut butter granola, zesty lemon chia bars, coconut cinnamon bars, and brownie granola bar. Both of these are pre-recorded sessions. That means once you sign up, you will be getting an access to a link where you can watch these videos at your own pace, and the access is for 1 year. And any questions ever, guys, you can reach out to me on Instagram saying that you've signed up for this workshop, you're stuck somewhere, or you just want to share your experience or something, you can certainly go. And I have a live workshop that's happening on the 26th of September, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., where I'll be doing 5 recipes on pizzas, which are 100% yeast-free as well. 4 recipes are gluten-free. That is the corn and sun-dried. Could we go to the previous? Corn and sun-dried tomato cauli pizza, balsamic caramelized onion millet pizza, and we have a pesto caprese flatbread pizza, which is whole wheat, and we have a cheesy basil keto almond pizza, protein chickpea bell pepper pizza. In this, I'll be covering the base, I'll be covering the sauce, I will be covering the toppings also, and complimentary how to make a vegan cheese. Okay, which you can use for these pizzas. So these are 5 recipes that I'll be covering on the 26th in the live. That will be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., to which Tanishka will share the link again in the group.
Yeah, and we will be sharing all the links in the group, and we have already shared it again in the chat box. So here's the offer of the day. You can sign up for any of the pre-recorded or e-learning course at 699. You can buy both the courses at 1099. You can go for only pizza workshop at 999, and you can go for both the courses along with live pizza workshop at 1899 only. You can scan the QR code and make the payment there. You can also pay via UPI. The number is mentioned in the screen. You just have to share the payment screenshot along with the details, name, number, email ID, and city. That's it. And I think it's time to wind up now. Any closing comments from your side, Priya?
So guys, if you are interested in baking or generally wanting to learning something new, I can give you a short that all these recipes are tried and tested, and that's why the recipes are by weight, so that you do not go wrong. And hopefully I will see you even in the live if that's something that interests you all. All right.
Thank you, everyone. We are winding up now.
Thank you, guys. Have a great evening ahead, and see you.